Hello everyone. In the second part of our adjective clauses lesson, we are going to talk about omission and reduction in adjective clauses. In other words, how do we make adjective clauses or relative clauses shorter? How do we form short types of or short forms of adjective clauses? We are going to cover these points in this lesson. Now, omission in adjective clauses means omitting a certain part, throwing or getting rid of a certain part in adjective clauses, and we discussed this in great detail in our lesson actually so far. So let's just remember here: who, whom, which and which, that and when can be omitted from the sentence, but when they are followed by a subject. Now that's very, very important. If another person comes after who, whom, which, that, and when, all these 5 elements can be omitted. All these 5 adjective pronouns can be omitted. Now I will give you some examples and then continue with the next part because we covered this in great detail, like I said. The person who you have called, whom you have called, that you have called, cannot be reached at the moment. Here, who, whom, and that can be omitted from the sentence, and then you have the person you have called cannot be reached at the moment. Or, I want to return the jacket that I bought yesterday, which I bought yesterday, which and that can be omitted because we have another subject that comes here. Yes, like in our previous example, we had you here, so you could omit these 3, right? And in the second sentence, we have I here, another person, another subject, so we omit which and that, and we have I want to return the jacket I bought yesterday. The jacket I bought yesterday. So, and another example, I cannot remember the year when Samuel came to visit me. I cannot remember the year that Samuel came to visit me. That is also possible actually with when, but it's not very common, all right? So when or that, here when can be omitted, and you have I cannot remember the year Samuel came to visit me. These are called omission. All right. So just I want to remind you, teacher, this looks interesting. The person you have called, the jacket I bought, the year Samuel came. So I said in our earlier lessons, I want to remind you, in English, it's not common to see noun plus noun combination. Noun plus noun. 2 nouns coming one after another. This is not common. So if you're seeing, let's say, the jacket and I, one after another, the jacket I, that looks interesting. That sounds strange. So you understand from there, well, very clearly, that there is an omitted adjective pronoun here, which is which here in this case. Or the year Samuel, the day I. Now that sounds interesting. Then there's an omitted when there, the year Samuel. So 2 nouns coming one after another sounds strange. So there's an omitted adjective clause or adjective pronoun who, which, that, or when, there. Now, this is interesting, everyone. This is usually not asked as a grammar point in language exams. So omission is not asked as a grammar point, but it's a really common use. Well, actually, if you ask me, short forms are more common. So these second short forms here, these short forms are more common than the long forms because a language always chooses the shortest option possible, okay? So the short form is shorter, So it is a lot more common than the long form. So for this reason, it will be necessary in reading, writing, and listening. So this is a very important grammar point, all right? Now, this is omission, all right? Oh, yeah, I have one more example. Yeah, I forgot about that. Now, there are two omissions in the sentence below. Firstly, where are they? Where are the omissions? And secondly, what is the main verb? Now here, actually this sentence is from a clothes shop, and I took the photo myself in America. So this is a real photo of a real clothes shop in the USA. So there are two omissions here. Where are they, and what is the main verb, everyone? Right. So if you look at this sentence, this sentence has got 1, 2, 3 verbs. Now this is too many for one sentence. So what do you understand from here? You understand that there are adjective clauses in this sentence. So the price you see is the price you pay. So here there are two omissions. The price that you see is the price that you pay. So here, the price that you see on the price tag, on the clothes, okay? The price that you see on the clothes here, that is the price that you pay. You don't pay more, you don't pay less. That's it. All right? So the price that you see is the price that you pay, and is our main verb here. Is the verb in this sentence. Now this is omission, everyone. What about reduction? Now reduction is also called short form. So reduction means reducing something, and it means making something shorter. All right? So that's reduction. Or short form. Short forms are made by omitting some elements completely from the adjective clause. You omit them completely, but secondly, you replace them with other structures. So this is different from omission. In omission, you have another subject, so you omit only who, which, that, and when, okay? But in reduction, you omit some elements or structures, but you put other structures in place of them. So how does this work? Actually, there are two types of reduction, all right? So firstly, reduction in active sentences. There are two types of reduction. First one is reduction in active sentences. Now, how does this work? Now, in a normal adjective clause sentence, you have a noun, right? Noun that you describe. After that, you have who, which, that. Who, which, that. And after that, you have simple present verb or a verb in simple present tense, a verb in simple past tense, a verb in present continuous tense, and a verb in past continuous tense. Now, only and only in these four tenses, but be careful, these four tenses are the most common tenses in English, so that's important, all right? But only in these four tenses and not in the other ones, all right? You omit who, which, that. You throw it away. You get rid of it. Who, which, that. You get rid of them. You get rid of simple present verb, simple past verb, present continuous verb, or past continuous verb, and you replace them with verb ing. Now that looks shocking, all right? But you are going to see what I mean here, all right? So let's have a look at this sentence. This is a very normal adjective clause sentence. The man who is repairing the roof is my father. You are showing the roof to your friend. Hey, the man who is repairing the roof is my father. Okay, this is a normal adjective clause sentence. Now here, after who, we have present continuous tense. But be careful, we don't have another subject. If you have another subject, you omit only who. But if you have who plus present continuous tense verb, then you omit all of it. Who plus is repairing, and you have the man repairing the roof is my father. That's it. The man repairing the roof is my father. This is an adjective clause altogether. The man repairing the roof. All this part up until here, it's an adjective clause. Let's give another example. The students who break the rules will talk to the school principal. So here, who break is who plus simple present tense. Who plus simple present tense. What do you have here? The students breaking the rules will talk to the school principal. Now here, my main verb, my real verb is will talk. And the students breaking the rules all together, it's my adjective clause. All right? Another example. People can now travel on trains which go faster than 400 kilometers per hour. Which go is which plus simple present tense. I get rid of this part. Look, this is not wrong. This is only long version. I'm getting rid of it because it's long version. So what I have here is people can now travel on trains going faster than 400 kilometers per hour. I hope this is clear, everyone. It looks interesting, but you will get used to it. You will learn. Don't worry about it, all right? It's not too difficult. Now, how do we understand when there is a reduced form in the sentence? Yes, it's easy to make them reduced, but if you are reading a text, okay, you are reading something in English, and there are reduced forms all over the text. So how do you understand it? You understand it like this. In a normal English sentence, it is not possible to see, well, it's not common, let's say, to see, it's not very normal to see noun plus verb ing structure. Now, this is not something you would see in a normal English sentence, all right? So, if you see this form, noun plus verb ing form, then you understand that this verb ing describes the noun with the objects and everything that's coming after them. So after this verb ing, probably you have an object, you have some objects, you have some adverbs. All together, verb ing plus object part, they describe the noun that come before them. All right? So, when you see the noun verb ing structure in reading or in listening, you can understand there's a reduced form there. For example, this sentence comes in front of you. You see the sentence in a reading text. I know the people preparing the brochures in that printhouse. I know the people preparing the brochures in that printhouse. Now, here, normally, a noun plus verb ing, this is not normal English. So, what do you understand here? The people preparing the brochures in that printhouse, all together, they describe people. What kind of people? The people who are preparing or who prepare. Okay, so there you have it. It's a short form. Or the members canceling their membership cards will be required to pay $50 fine. Now here, members is a noun, canceling is a verb ing. So after a noun, it's not common to see verb ing form. So members plus verb ing shows that there's a reduced form here, and all of it together with these objects here up until will be required. Will be required is your main verb. This is your main verb. So that's it. All the other parts here is your subject. So the members who cancel their membership cards, that's your subject. Will be required is your verb. All right? So let's take a short break here, everyone. I hope the first part was clear. Let's take a short break here, and after the break we are going to talk about reduction of passive forms, the second type of reduction. See you after the break.